wipe out what you think you know. All the bullshit you think you know about you and your life and how things are supposed to be and societal expectations, wipe that shit out. Clean slate. Clean it up, flush it down the toilet, get rid of it. It's like old crusty paints. You can't paint with that shit. It's already dried. It's like, scrape that shit off, throw away that tray. You can't use it. We're just a bunch of energy floating around the universe, changing shape and changing vibration all the time. We're just energy particles, just all over the place. So there's a great experiment that I really like referencing, and that is the double slit experiment, or it's called collapsing the wave experiment. They project particles through the slits, and everything was acting like waves of energy waves. Everything's a wave. Woo. There was an observer. When there was an observer, all these waves that were doing their little energy dance collapsed into what was expected. So as all this protons are being projected and they hit the little slit in there and they come out in the exact pattern of what is expected. It goes and then it hits the wall back here in the exact pattern through the slits of what was expected. 1 minute when nobody's watching, when there's no observer, they're acting like a wave. They're just like free flowing energy. Oh, anything could happen. Anything is possible. Whee, this is fun. As soon as there's an observer, as soon as they have any kind of observer, it goes and it collapses into the exact shape and pattern that is expected. It's like when you shine a light through something, like that light energy, you're projecting it through something, and it's going to hit that thing, and it's going to ricochet and go exactly in the direction of which way it's projected. When the protons are projected towards the screen, and the screen has the little slits, and it goes through, and it's like, okay, these are the directions it's going to go because of the slits. That's what you expect, and that's exactly what happens until you remove the observer. Then everything just collapses back down into free-flowing energy. Everything's just doing, it's like, wow, it's just waves, just energy waves, free-flowing things. And they showed this over and over and over. It's like free-flowing energy, observer, boom. They collapse back into particles just doing their like, okay, this is where we go. And they can even change it partway through the experiment. And they can even measure things and record things. And when they bring in the observer, even the past evidence that they recorded would change to match what was expected. So even time doesn't even matter. Time doesn't even matter for when they bring in the observer. Whatever was recorded will turn back into the exact pattern of what is expected. What does this mean for us? It means that we are free-flowing energy, always. Everything and everyone. Every great philosopher, scientist, over time, Einstein, everybody, Tesla, they all say, if you want to understand us and the universe and everything, think energy. Energy. That's all we are. And it always makes me laugh when we think about how many times we've said, oh, I don't have any energy, or people are like, oh, I just don't have any energy. And it's like, we are energy. We're just trapping ourselves in mental prisons and bogging ourselves down with toxic food and all kinds of weird shit. Emotional prisons that we put ourselves in, all these emotional prisons that take our vital energy and trap them in different chakras, and then it can't flow because we are always meant to be flowing with energy. The free-flowing waves of energy. That's what we are. Free-flowing waves of energy. Until our expectations take over. So when you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, I didn't sleep good. I'm going to be so tired all day long. Boom! Expectations. You just created your day. It's like you were this free-flowing energy. Whee! and you're like, expectation, that's what you get. Your energy is going to be low all day. This is what you perceive. This is what you expect. This is what you get. Your perception about you and your life and everything around you matters. So if we are this free-flowing energy at all times, and the only thing that manipulates and creates, it's like if we're a whole bunch of paints just sitting there on a tray ready to turn into a picture, what creates is our imagination. Our imagination picks up that brush and starts composing a picture, the picture of your life. Now, if the only thing you've ever seen is like blue ducks, then of course what you're going to be painting is a blue duck. The thing you know how to paint is a blue duck. That's all you'll paint is blue duck. So for you, maybe that blue duck is just pain, sickness, unhealth, fighting in your life, drama. Maybe all you read is drama stories. Maybe all you hear from your friends is drama. So that's all the programs that are running in your mind. That's where your imagination is. That's where your mindset is. That's the picture you're going to create in your life is drama. So how do you change that? I'll tell you right now. The best way to change anything is to wipe out what you think you know. All the bullshit you think you know about you and your life and how things are supposed to be and societal expectations, wipe that shit out. Clean slate. Clean it up, flush it down the toilet, get rid of it. It's like old crusty paints. You can't paint with that shit. It's already dried. It's like, scrape that shit off, throw away that tray. You can't use it. You can't use it to create a new painting. It's dried up, it's old, it's fucking useless. So if you want to create a new painting of your life, get rid of the old shit. New paints, new ideas, new perceptions, your own perceptions. Not ones instilled by your old teachers, not ones instilled by your parents, not ones instilled by your old friends and neighbors and whoever you've been talking to, not instilled by the shit you've been reading online or the support groups that you've been taking part of for your chronic illness. No more. If you want to change your scenario, your situation, your illness, your pain, your drama, your job, your financial situation, all of that can change when you clear away your old perceptions. Because like we just talked about, we are free flowing energy, particles all around just waiting to collapse into that image, that idea, that painting of what you expect, what you want, what you're perceiving. Something new, something exciting, something of your creation. And they're just waiting to be like, vroom, that's what you want, poof, that's what you get. To clear away these old things, you've got to ask yourself, does it serve what you want? Does it serve your bigger vision? You're probably thinking, bigger vision? What do you mean by bigger vision? The hell is a bigger vision? Okay, when was the last time somebody asked you what you want in your life? How much money do you want? Do you have a shitty amount of money? We've all been there. Maybe you want more of the money. That's okay. Nothing wrong with money. Money good. Money is just an energetic exchange of value. That's it. An energetic exchange of value. For so long, I put money on a pedestal. I go, oh, money, how stressful. If I just only had more, things would be better. And then all of a sudden you get more and you're like, wait a minute. Things will always even out. If you don't value yourself, if you don't value what you're providing, the universe will keep evening things out. Even if you get more money, something will break to even out where you sit energetically. Like somebody could hand you $10,000, but if you don't energetically align with having that amount of money, maybe your dishwasher is going to break and then your car is going to break down and a bunch of bad shit's going to happen. It's going to eat up that money to bring you right back down to that level where you perceive yourself to be. So to increase your perception around your self-value, your life value, money value, you have to see yourself in a different way. See yourself in a valuable way. Increase your self-worth. Your perception collapses these particles into something new. Do you see what I'm saying? You are free-flowing energy. You attract what you are. If you don't value yourself, you don't attract more value. If you don't give value, you don't attract more value. It's just an energetic exchange of value. So do you value you? You special human you? I didn't for a long time. I had a hard time looking in the mirror and saying I love you. I would just start crying. Like, I don't, where does that even come from? Have you ever tried that? Looking in the mirror and telling yourself you love yourself? It can be harder than you think, and it's not your fault. Taught to devalue ourselves. But I'm here to tell you right now that you get to decide your value. Make a list of all the things that are amazing about you. Build on it. Appreciate it. So here's the thing. Again, we are free-flowing energy. And anything that you perceive, that's what those energy particles collapse into. You know, if you see the world as a scary, bad place, all the energy around you could collapse into scary, bad people out to get you. That's your doing. And you're probably thinking, hey, that's not fair. I don't create bad people in my life. I don't make predators. I don't make jerks. And it's like, maybe you attract that. It's hard to accept responsibility for everything in your life. But here's the great thing. When you accept responsibility, you accept power to change it. The problem is we get so obsessed with being right about everything being shitty that you'd just rather be right about everything being shitty than being one responsible to make it better. You keep waiting for something else to happen around you, someone to come save you, someone to give you a bunch of money, for somebody to come and heal you and make you better. But the fact is, you are the one that has that power all the time to attract the people to come help you, attract the healers to come work with you, attract all the things. You're here right now with me. I'm a healer. I help people. We're talking right now. You've already done one thing and attract yourself to this very moment. That's pretty cool. So what else do you want? What else do you want to see happen? Because again, you are free-flowing energy wobbling through the universe. Anything is possible for what you perceive. If you perceive the world as a wonderful, beautiful, kind, abundant place, holy shit, do you know what's going to happen? All that particle energy around you is going to collapse into moments of prosperity, kindness, interactions with people that you're like, wow, where do these people come from? These are awesome people. I'm making money. Like, this is wonderful. I got friends. I got family. I got love. I got new car. I don't know. Job prospects. It's great. It all comes down to your perspective. If you think something's shit, it's shit. If you think something is great, it's great. And you might think, well, I've tried that positive thinking before and nothing ever happened. It's like, did you try it for 5 minutes and then the other like 95% of the time you're like, shit fucking sucks? Well, it kind of averages out. You got to do it more. If 95% of the time you're like, yeah, things are awesome, and that 5% of the time you're like, oh, why me? Things are hard. It's like at least 95% of the time you're all right. You know, we all kind of cave into a low vibration, really hard time feeling every now and then. That's okay. It's not going to sabotage your whole life, but you might start to notice the things bite you in the ass a bit faster. I know I did. When I started to change the way I was perceiving everything, and I'm like, yeah, I am in charge. I am the one creating. I am the one with my perspective all warped. And I changed my perspective. Things are going great. And then something like would trigger that old way of thinking. And I'm like, all right, back to the really bad perspective. And then immediately something crappy would happen to kick me right in the butt. And I'm like, oh, it happened. No, I see you, universe, mirroring back everything that I perceive. It happens quick. And I guess that's what some people call karma. You know, you get what you give. It's your thought, it's your perception. You get what you give. So sometimes the karmic loop closes quickly, and sometimes the karmic loop is so slow it doesn't get you until the next life. So anyway, free-flowing, collapsing particle wave of your life, your perception. What you see is what you get. Change the way you see yourself, change the way you see your life, and change your life. If you're sitting at home, sick, sad, sore, broke, dealing with despair, maybe things have changed for you, maybe some bad things have happened, or perceived bad things. Because again, bad is just a perception. If we truly trust the universe, if we truly trust God, faith, and the divine path, there really is no bad thing. And I always come back to the same story of the man in the village with his son who falls off a horse and breaks his leg. And everybody in the village says, oh, how terrible, how bad. And the man says, well, is it though? And then the next day, the army shows up to recruit all the young men for battle, but not that man's son. He gets spared. Breaking the leg doesn't seem so bad now, does it? Pretty good. That is your life. It may seem like bad things are happening because it seems like something happens, some monumental event happens, and you're like, oh my God, my life is derailed. This is terrible. We're on a horrible path. Oh God, what do we do? But what if this is an integral part to something better? What if this is a monumental event that has put you on a trajectory towards something even greater? And all you have to do is trust and have faith and keep taking action in your daily life. Don't fall into that pit of woe is me, crawl into bed, I can't do anything, I'm so depressed, wah, wah, wah. No, keep taking action and see the good things come. Trust that good things come. Change your perspective, because again, if you see that bad event is bad, you can multiply that into worse. But if you see that event as just an event, and you're like, good things might come from this. If you refuse to see bad, you refuse to accept bad. You trust, you have faith. Your perception is still, this could be good. You know, some people might see this event as not so good, but this could lead to something really amazing. It's your perception. And what do you know? Your perception collapses those particles into something amazing, because you refuse to perceive it as bad. If you refuse to perceive events as bad, you are only choosing a good lifeline. You are choosing to have faith. You are choosing to trust. And you are choosing to stay on the vibration of good things coming always. Now that can be tough for people, but it's a practice. Keep going every time. Every time you think something bad might happen, like, okay, well, let's just zoom out and have a little trust, have a little faith. This, this moment, even if it's like, say you miss a bus or something, or you're slowing down in traffic, it's like maybe that person cutting you off and slowing you down just stopped you from getting T-boned in an intersection and dying. That's pretty good. Stop getting so mad about everything. Most things happen to protect you, to guide you, to help you. Stop seeing it as all shitty things, because your perception collapses particles into whatever you perceive. Only see the good. Perceive things as necessary. Appreciate the journey. There was one time I was working in my office and I needed to print off a whole bunch of labels for an event that I had the next day for a bunch of products. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got the health show and I got to print off all these things, and my printer wouldn't connect to my computer, and it didn't even matter because my computer wouldn't even load all my designs for the labels. And I'm like, frig, what am I supposed to do? And I was like, all right, maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing right now. And I kind of looked around my office. I'm like, papers are piling up. It's a little bit messy in here. Maybe I'll take the time to just clean up. I'll just pause what I'm doing. I'll clean up my office. And that's what I did. And you wouldn't, as I was cleaning up, I found a really important piece of paper I needed for my taxes. And I was like, oh, I needed to find that. And I found it. And I was like, as soon as I did, I was like, all right, well, maybe that's all I needed to do. I go back onto the computer program. Voila, there's all my labels, all my designs right there waiting. And my computer printer reconnected. And everything went back to normal. And I carried on. I was like, thanks, universe. Nothing bad really happens. You sometimes just have to go with the flow. The way you perceive things can change everything. If I would have just freaked out that whole time and like, I can't handle this, and just like combusted everything, and I didn't clean my office and I didn't take the hint to find that paper. I would have never found that envelope. I would have messed up everything. It's like I could have just spiraled, freaked out, and had a panic attack and gone like cried in bed or something stupid like that. Like a lot of people, a lot of us do. You know, you can freak out, or you can realize that it might be a gentle nudge to just do something different. Your perception changes everything. So, right now, today, I challenge you to see only good. When you are given a challenge, change your perception around it. You are free flowing energy. Collapse that wave into what you want by means of your perception. Okay, let me know how it goes. Try this out. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I will see you on the next video.